Chapter 3 Deep Sleep. In the aftermath of the crash, you now find yourself stranded in the depths with a new goal in your sights. As the view opens with the classic Playtime cone motto, suddenly it plays what looks to be a cartoon intro featuring a green rabbit, a pink pig, a yellow chicken, a red bear, a white unicorn and a blue chicken, a orange dog, and a purple cat with the word smiling critters appearing. Suddenly the view shows what looks to be a house with a clock on its wall, as all these critters seemingly are trying to sleep while a storm's ongoing. Suddenly a branch snaps and the unicorn, panicking, hides in their blanket while the orange dog tries cheering them up.
Eventually.
Suddenly, a knock at the door can be heard, and the door opens to reveal that creepy purple cat with a yellow crescent moon pendant. And all critters excited to see him begin asking to go to sleep thanks to him.
Help us!
Sleep!
As this cat begins emitting a strange red smoke, it begins making these critters go crazy, laughing hysterically until the view cuts to them all asleep. As credits begin to roll,
Everyone knows
then a man
Playtime,
or a news
but
anchor
are your children
in
safe
a
from
grey
Playtime
suit
Co.'s
can be seen.
latest toy?
A few times
What
we
you
see an actual
here
human.
is Playtime Co.'s own Smiling Critters, a limited series cartoon meant to celebrate the release of the toys sharing its name. Yet both now face the fire sparked by the inclusion of one key member. This
As they show an image of the catnap
like the
toy,
others of his line, you just
as someone
pull
pulls
his
his
little
tail and a strange smoke is emitted.
Seems innocent enough. However, parents across the country report their children experiencing strange and often violent nightmares. And beside them, their little, grinning catnap doll. Now,
As the view shows an outside shot of the warehouse part of the factory, where smoke starts billowing smoke, and then the view shows all these toys lined up, catnap being removed from this lineup.
Already done. Will disappearing be that easy? The exact cause of these incidents
As the view then
still
zooms
unknown,
into the
only
catnap
one
toy,
thing appears
as the view begins
glaringly
darkening
certain.
and the voice gets more
Your
ominous.
children are not safe with catnap.
As the words Puppy Playtime Chapter 3 appear before going back to darkness. Suddenly the view opens to show our POV as we're seemingly being carried away. As we seemingly go in and out of consciousness as we're dragged or carried to some weird hatch. Suddenly a weird purple paw pushes the door open, and then we get moved closer before being slid into here. The protagonist looking back to see what looks to be a more bigger bodies version of the catnap toy from the beginning. Dazed and unsure what's going on, we realise we're being crushed alive. So, the protagonist, using their quick wits, climbs up on some trash and is quickly able to escape. Looking up, they see where they can grab onto something and they pull themselves up. Running, they jump onto a platform which lowers, and confused, the protagonist wonders what the bloody hell is going on. Until they realise they need to do parkour, so they jump onto another platform before getting to a blue platform. Then the blue platform goes up, and another one lowers in front of us. The protagonist jumps to it, realising they need to time their jump right, and they make it, going through a hole in the wall. They use a grab pack and they manage to open the door before continuing on. Continuing forward, they see another parkour room. So, jumping onto some weird barrels which go up and down, they see they need to do it again. And so, they parkour like their dream until they reach the end and they see a cattail moving up and slinking into what seems to be a vent. this new cat enemy seemingly being based around the cat toy shown at the beginning of this adventure, but the protagonist doesn't know that. So after going into some vents and dropping down, they take a right and begin using their grab pack to feel around until they open up a vent. So they escape and look around, finding a tape on the floor and another VHS. So they insert this, what seems to be cyan tape, and then the TV opens with a gas mask.
Well, like any night, all the children were getting to sleep. It was peaceful, quiet. Catnap had the red smoke in the room.
As the protagonist realizes so that big purple kitty cat is the toy.
I know, but this, I mean, dilated pupils and quivering lips. The way her eyes darted
As the
around the
protagonist
room, and I
starts to
swear,
get concerned
her hand
at
in
the
mine,
description.
it felt like her blood was boiling beneath her skin. She saw something too. Something horrible. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Miss Harper, we'll provide the very best care we can offer. You have my word. But this is important. Did Marie happen to describe what she saw? Yes, a monster, she said that it was colorless. Gosh, I could feel the poor little heart pounding. For her, it was right there. And her movements, they were so wild.
As the protagonist wonders what's happening, and then wonders, is that what the gas does?
I wanted to talk to her, see how she's doing. I really need to hear her voice right now. That would not be advised, Miss Harper. There are many concerns we must address at this time. But vitals show normal, and we'll continue to monitor. She'll be okay.
The protagonist backs up for a second.
Pardon me if I'm not comforted by that. Just bring my little girl back to me.
As the protagonist, slightly disturbed, as usual, goes and finds a new battery lot. Grabbing it, they insert it, and then realise, wait, batteries? Seeing they can grab these and stick them in the slots, they then use the blue hand and open up the door to allow them to continue. Finding a cardboard cutout, they decide to try it out.
Bubba Bubbaphant. Hey, I remember you. An elephant always remembers.
Realising, okay.
Want to know what I remember about you?
As they wonder, sure. As they jump back, hearing the screams of someone, deciding that was a bit disturbing, they decide to push on. Reaching a door, they see they need a green power thing, and they go back and find it. After taking the limited charge, they manage to insert it and unlock the door, grabbing a strange cell phone on the way.
Hey, can you hear me?
The protagonist thinking, of course.
I don't want you to die, so I'm gonna help you. Check
As
this
they
out.
try leaving,
Look at the tube thing
until they
that
turn and
glows.
see a battery drop at the ceiling.
You can use that battery to open the door.
Grabbing it, they unlock the door and see the train wreck. Literally a train wreck.
Do that? I guess
Deciding to
that's
keep it
where
pushing,
Catnap found you.
they listen to what Ollie
I
has to
know you're
say.
probably mad at Poppy for not letting you escape, but
Oh,
she
but this-
needs you. We need you. You
Obviously, the
are
protagonist
her
doesn't know this is
mission.
Ollie until later.
Together, we can save a lot of people, including you.
Protagonist thinking, thank you, finally, unlike Puppy.
Catnap, one of
As they
those
then remember,
smiling critters.
as the protagonist thinks, smiling critters,
I think
as they see a new puzzle, and they realise what they need to do quickly.
is a hunting ground. Whatever he wants it to be.
After getting that done, they go for some turnstiles.
We'll keep in touch. Oh, and by the way, my name is Ali. Nice to meet you.
The protagonist thinking, nice to meet you too, Oliver, keeps it pushing until they reach, oh, it seems to be a tram, and after walking through some dust, they go through.
Hello, my name is Elliot Ludwig. When you look around at the world today, what one thing do you think it needs more of? I asked around once. Money, I never have enough. Understanding, I can never get any. Faith, the common man has lost it.
As the protagonist is all to take a wee little
I
seat.
could perhaps see some little truth in each, but I think each was also missing something. Something simple. You see,
As the car begins moving through a strange tunnel network and the protagonist stands up, seeing what looks to be a red light. Wondering if that's the red smoke. They wonder if there's any like gas masks or anything.
A smile is understanding. And there is nothing more gratifying to my soul than being the reason for a child's smile. To be the spark that ignites all
As the
their
protagonist
hopes
begins
and
trying to
dreams,
get out,
for
seeing
it is
the
only
red
through hopes
thing
and
getting
dreams that we
closer.
may create a better world. One where our children need not be afraid. One where they are protected. After all, this company and its toys are nothing without them. These children deserve to smile. They deserve to love.
As the protagonist gets enveloped by a red light until they make it through and the protagonist isn't feeling weird. And then they look out the window to see a massive sky dome thing where a massive, what looks to be some kind of town, is visible.
Own on-site orphanage. But it's not only that. It's a school.
As they look down at this massive place.
Our very own ecosystem beneath the surface, dedicated in every inch and detail to ensuring a child's smile.
The protagonist realizes all this as an orphanage.
Mothers and fathers, until such a time they have all of that in you. May Playcare bring joy, inspiration, and smiles to all who enter these doors. For what gives life its meaning if not a smile?
The protagonist, leaving the dusty elevator, walks and looks around.
It's me again, Ollie. Cool place, right? The kids used to live here. Now look at it. Anyways, do you see that statue in the middle of
Turning
the
to
room?
the statue,
Take the stairs
the
that go under
protagonist
it.
goes over
There's
to
a
it.
really cool room in there that powers literally all of Playcare. I can give you a key down there.
Opening the door, they walk down and see a powered down computer before finding where the key is supposed to be coming from. Taking it, they see go to the gas
So,
production
you got the key.
zone.
Now the question you're probably asking yourself is, where does it go? Well, head back out, and you should find a door just to the left of the cable car you took down here.
After going up some short stairs, they see the door. Entering the area, they take a left and run down a very long hallway. As they enter a massive room where
Welcome to
pipes
the
can be
gas
seen
production
and
zone.
high ceilings
Being
are
part of
everywhere.
the whole evil Playcare system.
After hitting the
gas
central
you see
button,
coming
it does
from the machine
nothing.
is made right here in the factory. It's called the red smoke.
Taking the
Right
left,
now, it's all
they
headed
enter
off
a
to the
massive
right.
room.
We need to make that red smoke go left instead. That's how we can get to him. The machine will
Running
probably
around, they
use
don't
some
really
dumb
see
safeguards for
much.
you to work around,
They
but
see
I
a
think you can do it.
weird door
I'll call you once it's done.
and a TV with no tape seemingly, until they spot a battery. Then they see a catnap cardboard cutout. Hitting it again, they don't really hear anything. As the protagonist thinking, the bloody hell is all this about? The protagonist thinking, kinda lame, don't you think? Realizing there really isn't anything with that, they just keep pushing. as they also hear creepy ambient music in the background, but they ignore it, unlocking a door, where they find something strange. Switching hands, they realise they can actually do that, and now they have a new flashlight. They also pick up a tape, as they realise that they can't turn off this flashlight, but they try and watch Playtime Co. The Purple Hand. As the video, because I can't see it too well, basically explains, not only does this hand have a much longer range, it also allows you to use pressure pads to jump up. So the protagonist, deciding really that's all they need to know, but just leaves and finds one of these pressure pads which launch them into the air, as they just begin constantly launching themselves upwards for fun. Reaching a new area, they keep it pushing. Jumping up, they hit another. No, I'm not gonna sing a has-been song again. Realizing that they need to get a head start, they jump up again, this time clearing the opening before reaching another platform. Looking around, they see a strange, weird thing that they can grab before pulling it down to reveal it's a pressure pad. Jumping over to some yellow piping networks, they bring this as close as they can, and jump up. Grabbing onto the weird movable pressure pad, they don't make it. So they try again, and they make it. Before running up some stairs, seeing what looks to be a thing in a cage, and a weird panel over there, as well as more of those towers. They jump up and realise there's a hole in the ceiling. Then they realise they can move this. Then they extend out their long range hand. Which, after doing a little bit of electronic work, wonder what they're supposed to do next. Seeing that another hatch is open, they know what they need to do. And after inserting the blue hand and reaching out to give this one a high five, they complete the puzzle with ease. Using the jump hand, they reach the other side, and when they had a bloody how they're supposed to get out of here. Until a door opens and they can keep pushing. Running over, they hit the button. Slapping the button until it stops working. They look up and see the P for Playtime Co. As the gas now begins being transferred into the middle tank. Wanting it to be fully transferred to the left, everything suddenly powers off. Some systems still seemingly operational. The protagonist, confused, looks around. Then they get a call from Oliver.
Oh no! Someone killed the power! Okay, I sent you another key. It's under the statue. Use it to get into Home Sweet Home. Then once you're inside, find the building's backup generator. Good luck!
Continuing on, after getting the mission from Ollie, go to statue, get key, go to Home Sweet Home, actually? Where is that? The protagonist, realising they'll figure that out later, decide to just get to the statue. Jumping down, they see now there's another monitor active showing the power statuses of each building. Looking around, they don't see a key until they do, and they collect it to head to Home Sweet Home. Quite the bloody name. After finding a staircase, they realise it takes them to a weirdly fancy building. So they keep looking. As they find the staircase that takes them up to a weirdly not and yet so creepy house. So after opening the door carefully, they step down some stairs and enter Home Sweet Home. Opening a door with their grab pack, they see this area full of red smoke and decide to just make a break for it. Confused on where they are, they just try and keep moving. After getting disorientated, they try and run and jump. Suddenly they realise they're missing their grab pack, and they just ignore it. Hearing weird radio static, they ignore it and take a left.
Tragic news this morning. As of 9:45 a.m., local authorities report that the body of a young boy has
Hearing a weird radio broadcast, they can't just ignore it.
Following recent events, Playtime
Still hearing it somehow,
regarding the discovery.
they just continue.
They had to say, quote, it's
Hearing a phone call coming from the right, they do take a right. Wondering who the bloody hell is calling right now while they're stuck in some weird, never-ending area? Reaching a phone, they answer it.
You need to run.
And after turning around, they see Catnap step into the hallway. The protagonist running out there, not seeing anybody. So they keep it pushing and jump as the radio powers on.
Many believe his reclusive and mysterious nature displayed over the previous decades once suspicion.
As they hear purring, as they jump, as they see a light flashing, taking a right, they keep moving. Suddenly they hear loud and aggressive knocking, and they begin trying to go as fast as they can. Hearing footsteps, they look behind them to ensure they don't miss anything, and then they take a right, then a left, then another left, then another left, then another left. The protagonist, realising they're going in bloody circles, wonders what's going on until they reach another hallway. Protagonist taking a left continues. Now a little bit frightened, now confused.
Get up. Get up.
Taking a left, the protagonist hears weird noises, and they take a right. Walking down a bigger hallway, they hear the sounds of children crying. The protagonist, slowly but surely getting a little bit more disturbed, just tries to block it out and run. Until they reach the end of the hallway. Seeing a frightened Kissy Missy, they look around for a tape. and then they find it on what seems to be a bed before inserting it into the machine, seeing a bit bigger of a TV compared to normal. But then they see the door behind them is closed, and they turn back to TV.
You'll find your new family here every bit as loving and supportive as your own. Feel free to wander the halls, sit in the mess for lunch, or watch our children play and learn to their little hearts' content. Join the innovationists where the bounds of science are continuously pushed. Or join the counselors of Playcare, whose diligence and care for our children will help shape a brighter future. Just you see. Now, every one of you has your part in that future, so should you come back tomorrow feeling unhappy for where
As
you
a
are...
protagonist, trying to
what
ignore
you've
this
done.
tape, perks up
Worry
as he
not, for
hears
your
what the
supervisor
guy
is
just
here and
said.
happy to listen. And
As the protagonist
should you
begins
come
to
back
slowly look up,
years later, your conscience finally...
as they try
gives
and
the
look
better.
away,
May you descend
but then they
into the dark
slowly start to
depths,
look back.
finding all that awaits you are incomprehensible horrors.
As they see
Each
the Huggy that was
hungry
originally on the TV now become more distorted, more nightmarish.
smile at you from a shadow. Their smiling mouths full of teeth and meat and plastic.
The protagonist, just slowly getting disturbed by this, tries looking away,
Warm welcome.
but they can't.
Or perhaps they won't allow you such
The
time
protagonist
to figure your
tries
place
to look
in the
away
world
as
you
much as
left.
they can,
A world
but they're
that's
entranced.
theirs now. Welcome home.
Suddenly, the nightmarish Huggy that was on the TV comes through the said TV, and the protagonist, realizing and having an oh shit moment, begins making a break for it, hearing this nightmarish Huggy chase behind them as they try and run as fast as they can, but the normal Huggy wins. Grabbing the protagonist, we get jump scared, alarms blaring in the background and laughter audible, as we then wake up. Standing up and having a chapter 2 moment, realizes they just need to continue, wondering what that strange dream really meant. Looking around, they find what looks to be a gas mask. Happily taking it, they see red smoke and put it on, realizing their vision is extremely limited. They use a newly found go-kart to break through a wall and pull themselves up, removing the mask to find that there's no red smoke up here. So they continue. Looking left, they see what they think is a one-way mirror looking into a child's room. Wondering what kind of creeps are here at Playtime Co. They just keep pushing. Looking around, they state to go and take a left. Opening a door, they crouch and continue. Looking through another weird room, they find what they think is a door, but it's their imagination until they see an actual door. Opening it, they find 2 battery slots, and they already have 1 battery. So they go down a hallway and look up to see another grab thing where they can pull themselves up. How bloody convenient, eh? After entering a bedroom, they look at the ground and hear something get knocked over. So panicking, they go and quickly snag a battery out the back of this weirdly large-sized red bear thing, before jumping back down, trying to escape what they think, or don't know, at least they think, is that weird cat thing. After inserting the batteries, they hit a button which unlocks the next area. So after going up some stairs, they wonder why Playtime Co would need all this just for an orphanage, and after activating a race car toy, they jump a hole and get through the door. Seeing they need a green hand, they use it. Grabbing the electricity, they absolutely as they grab the electricity from the green thing and look around for where it could possibly go. Before slapping it into the ceiling and continuing. Hearing a door slam, they get to another thing. And they look around for an electricity thing, hoping there's one near here. Seeing an electricity thing, they grab it and slap it into the ceiling. Realizing what they need to do, they look around. Seeing the door, they look back for where they were just at. And then they get lost. For thankfully, after a little bit of goofing around, eventually find where they need to be. Until they realise, and then they actually find where they need to be. And they grab the charge, quickly slap it into the ceiling, and barely make it through. Seeing another hole in the wall, and after using some children's toy blocks as a way to get up. They look around and wonder where the bloody hell are they gonna find some electricity. And then they do. And then they do. Finding it, they slap it into the ceiling thing, because for some reason there's just electricity panels in the ceiling. Don't question Playtime Co, apparently. As they look around a wee bit, before taking a left, and then seeing a weird statue thing. Grabbing a battery out of its back, they keep it pushing, and go into a vent. Looking through a hole in the, looking through a ventilation thing, they don't see anything, and so they keep it pushing. Taking a left and then take a right, before seeing the vent grate they can push open before finally squeezing through. Taking a left, they don't see anything before taking a right and finding another room where they can slap the battery into. Taking a green charge, they see another power thing, so after slapping it in, they see yet another bloody battery thing, or charge thing. They grab it and slap it in, realizing they need to run back and get another charge. And then they unlock the door, and a toy who's been strung up falls from the ceiling. The protagonist, reaching the little race car within, pulls the lever, and it sent the aid flying and forward. Taking a right, after a crash site, they don't really find much. Out of a room full of red smoke, the protagonist slaps their bad boy gas mask on and looks around. Suddenly they see what they think is catnap in another room, but they keep pushing. After drive-by snatching a battery, they unlock the next door, which they realise was apparently a hidden door. Protagonists realising yet again Playtime Co. and the obsession of weirdly hidden doors. But the protagonist, not one to question much, slaps in a battery and hits the button, unlocking all the doors and allowing them to get back to where they need to be. Taking a left, they see a new part has been unlocked, and they scan their wee little blue hand. Unlocking a door, they see a new area and a new tool. Realising it's like a grab pack but a gun, the protagonist gets the weird pole thing in place, and it takes aim and bloody fires, opening up yet another thing. Protagonist deciding to just for some reason deactivate it, hits it, and the door closes. Protagonist realising they'll activate it once they get all this set up. Manages to get that done. Before making their way to the literal hand cannon. Pulling a lever, it activates. And the protagonist realizing that if they pull this over here, it hopefully won't make this weird wooden wall go up. And they restore power to Home Sweet Home. After that, they keep it pushing and yet again jump because yet another bloody steam pipe goes off. As they continue on after that inconvenient, and then they hit a button to call an elevator. The protagonist jumps onto the elevator just before it goes back up and exits yet another weirdly hidden room, and then decides to just get out of there. They powered on Home Sweet Home. Now they can go and get the Home Sweet Home power. As they go and exit the home, suddenly they get grabbed and it's revealed to be Kissy Missy.
No!
Suddenly Puppy intervenes,
They didn't
and
do anything wrong!
and we get a shot of Puppy and Kissy together.
This place makes her tense. I'm glad that Ollie could help you
As
get
Puppy
this
holds
far.
a small
He's
flashlight,
the reason we found you at
helping
all.
us see her. Then Kissy lets us go, and we turn to see Puppy riding on
Looks like
Kissy's
the
shoulder.
train crash hurt us both. You've been through so much. You deserve an explanation.
As Kissy
Come on.
turns and walks, the protagonist expected to follow them.
You'll be okay. We'll be okay.
As they reach a weird wall, and Puppy reveals a hidden panel. Messing with some buttons, she activates what seems to be a hidden elevator. Again, weirdly hidden things. As the elevator reaches the top and opens, Kissy, Puppy, and the protagonist entering, and they go up.
Listen, I'm not your enemy, but I can't just let you leave. What's happening down here is bigger than all of us. And I need you. So we can get revenge on those monsters who've tortured you. Who've tortured us. They didn't act alone. They're disciples of the original. The prototype.
Protagonist wondering,
Do the honors?
for who? As the protagonist walks over to a button and hits it, suddenly every light in Playcare turns on and the protagonist gets back on the elevator, Kissy and Puppy having now sat down. And the protagonist
knows we're
crouches
coming,
down to look at him.
You try to escape, he'll kill you before you ever reach that front door. He's the reason I was trapped in that god-awful case for so long. You have no idea the things he's done. Let me help you kill him. Let me help you save everyone. We've all seen you.
how capable you are. You killed Huggy. You killed Mommy. You freed me. You are perfect for this.
As I hear something,
Nep is coming. He's the final obstacle
as
the
the
prototype
protagonist
has placed
gets off
against
the
us.
elevator.
We can't stay here. Keep yourself safe. Ollie will call you.
As the elevator then goes up, and the protagonist realizes, the bloody hell, you might get to sit up there while I'm suffering down here. The protagonist, realizing they have really no choice, grabs the power cord from Home Sweet Home, remembering what Ollie had said earlier.
It seems
Speaking
like
of
Poppy
Ollie,
explained everything now, and she turned on the dome's backup power. Now the plan from here is pretty simple. We need to restore power to the gas production zone. First,
heading down the stairs under the tower,
building you were just in.
they see where they need to plug it in.
Find a big power cord somewhere
Plugging it in,
Look at that!
they realize what they need to do.
Generator you turned on inside of Home Sweet Home?
Suddenly another
That
key
was
comes
a backup
through.
generator for just that building. And every building should have one. Now
Taking
you've
another
just taken
key,
Home Sweet Home's
they wonder where
backup
they need to
power
go
and
next.
routed it here. We're already halfway done. But where to go next? Everywhere is pretty dangerous around here. That playhouse especially. Yuck. So,
As the protagonist looks
your
at the
best
playhouse
bet
and
is
keeps
probably
moving,
the school. Catnap usually leaves that place alone. Send
realizing that must be the key they got. The protagonist begins making their way there at breakneck speeds. Going up the stairs, they see it. The door to the bloody school. Opening it, they wonder, what are they getting themselves into next?